Welcome, anime Lily fans. How you guys doing? LegendDVash as always, and here to do a Sunday coverage. And we're here for My Hero Academia reaction and review in one video itself. So let's get started and have a good time. Welcome, anime Lily fans. How you guys doing? LegendDVash as always. And we're here to do a live reaction of chapter 301 of My Hero, aka Boku no Hero Academia. And I'm pretty excited for this. How you doing, Sam? That's true. That's true. Happy Valentine's Day for any of those lovebirds and everything. But don't forget, Valentine's is also every single day at the most is. But we're here to do chapter 301 because this family is not very lovely-dovely right now at the moment. We're here about to find out some family drama, right, Sam?
A long time coming, but you know what? Let's put it all out there, put out all the drama, and get into the business between NG Todoroki and Ray Todoroki.
And for those that don't know, we are going to review the Brotakus are here. They're not showing themselves right now, but they will be here within the next couple of minutes after doing the reaction. So let's get to it, guys. As always, in the beginning, like, comment, subscribe, and press that bell notification until we upload our videos.
10K,
and
10K,
we will have the time code for the review. For those that want to watch the review section part only, definitely check that out in a bit. But let's get straight to the My Hero Academia reaction chapter 301. We start here. Why we never dreamed that the great endeavor, the man many say will be the next #1 would reach out to us. How fortunate! What an absolute honor. The Himura family was also once considered prestigious with a long and storied history. So it's only fitting that a top hero such as yourself would take a Himura woman as your bride. She was a lot like Ice herself. Okay. Interesting.
It's basically the whole wedding agreement kind of thing where it's an arranged marriage kind of tradition. She knew fully well it was a Quirk marriage from the start, but she said that she'd do it for her family's sake. All right. Take a tour, the usual talking. You like flowers, huh? Yes, so pretty. Strong but prone to melting away at the slightest touch. Ray, are you really okay? Okay. No, I'm not. That's why I'm here. Chapter 301, The Wrong Way to Put Out a Fire, Part 1.
His facial expression is just like Ray, what's gone? All right, we get the hideout. That's a lot of burning. Can't feel a thing though. Wow. I know dear old dad ain't gonna die. He's tougher than that. Plus, even if he wants to say adios to this world, his position won't allow it. He will have to make some kind of public statement pretty soon too. Can't wait to see his pathetic mug. I've been waiting so damn long for this. NG Todoroki, Mom, Fuyumi, Natsu, and Shoto. Take a real good look at me in the depths of hell.
All right, we go back to the past again. You got a day off, right? So you got to do Quirk training with me. Why you change your mind all of a sudden, huh? Like I keep saying, it's for your own good. Okay. An unusual case to be sure. Your son has inherited an even more powerful form of the fire-based Quirk factor, but he takes after his mother physically, meaning he's not built to endure fire, but rather to withstand freezing temperatures. Okay. That makes sense of why he gets burned like so easily from his own flames. I have to say, attempting to create custom children is taboo in our Quirk-based society, so I can't advise it. Yes, he somehow saved 62 different towns and cities today. We'll never fall to villainy so long as All Might's around. You can surpass All Might, Toya. Listen, Fuyumi.
Yeah, I get a little burned, but so what? I can take it. I know my own body better than anyone. But Toya, I don't like when you get hurt either. What do you know anyway? A girl wouldn't get it. I'm worried that's all. I already got it in my head that I gotta surpass the other guy. That's the one who lit that fire under me. No,
damn.
That would be too much. It's too cruel. Especially now that Toya knows that you're hoping to achieve through the children. No matter what I say, he comes home with fresh burns every day. He inherited that pig-headed stubbornness from me. That's the only way to make him give up, since he will never be the one to surpass. Wait, what do you have to do?
All right. So they decide to
Oh,
have
another
more.
kid.
This is not to. Toya is like looking as dumbfounded, and then time continues. Endeavor is still trying to chase All Might from the past and everything, but Ray, like her eyes, is like
There's more dying out and
it's
everything.
so stone cold, and then
It's ice.
oh my
The
god,
baby Shoto. And then Angie smile, but the older brother Toya is like, he sees it. He sees his
he's
opportunity losing. And then we see the next page is Winter and everything. No, Dad, I can do it. I can surpass him. See? Look how strong my flames are already. Look at me.
no, won't. Why won't you stop? You're covered in burns and you still don't get it. Why? Toya, you have to look beyond all this. Play with Natsu and Fuyumi. Make sure friends at school. There's a whole other world besides the hero stuff. I know you understand that. Take my advice, and this will be all a distant memory soon. The kids at school all say they want to be heroes. I can't understand that because I've got you for a father.
His ambition is eating him up. The hunger for success is eating him. Damn. We have to cool him down. But you lit this fire in me, Dad, and it's not going out. I just can't pretend it's not there. Look at me, Endeavor. Look at me. Wait, is he about to burn Shoto? Oh my god. You don't get to claim you're hurting more than anyone. And you're not the only one who didn't really see him. Wow. Well, that's the end of the live reaction of chapter 301 of the Flaming Household of the Shoto Todoroki. To put out fire, the wrong way to put out fire, part 1 has officially ended. Wow. Ray James, you could come back in. But wow, that was interesting chapter of part 1. That was definitely unexpected. James, welcome.
Yeah, this was definitely unexpected. This chapter
That
is
was heavy.
crazy.
That was heavy.
That was heavy for sure. It was something that was like I expected to be heavy, like strong, but to actually go down like this is like, whoa, okay.
Like the whole reason for Shoto's existence was to stop Toya from being a hero, and because Toya's weakness is literally him not being able to endure the fire.
I
that
mean,
he's
I
able to
wouldn't say
produce.
that's the whole reason why. It's part of it.
All right, but we got Ray and James here and everything. They just saw our live reaction and we just did ours. But we also want to hear your first thoughts, your first impressions of what you guys thought about this heavy chapter. What did you guys think about it? What was your first thoughts about this?
I love this chapter. This chapter gave me exactly what I was looking for. It gave me exactly what I expected. And that was by confirming some theories that I already had, and also giving me clarification on some things that I didn't know previously. Like, we've been speculating for weeks, like, why does Toya's body get so burnt by his quirk? Like, why does he have the white hair? What is the correlation between, like, did it mean that he has ice powers? We know that that's not the case now. We know that he has white hair because his entire body takes after his mother, and part of his quirk is actually just enduring sub-zero temperatures, and that's also the reason why he can't handle his own flames, which is even way hotter than Endeavor, and we already knew that because of his blue flames. So it's like there's so much clarification, and one of the biggest standouts for me in this chapter is just like how brave Ray is being right now, because she's hurting, but she is being an adult. She's standing up for her entire family because someone has to, right? Like, she knows that Toya is still alive and she has to get her family together to try to save him. Like, this chapter was so important to me. Like, I read it like 4 or 5 times. I even read it again while you guys were reacting to it. And there's a couple things that I want to get into, but I want us to go through the chapter progressively. But Ray, what were your first thoughts?
So I mean, this chapter was sad. Like honestly, like this chapter hurt my heart, and it did answer a bunch of questions that we had initially about Toya. But I feel like it clarified for me that Endeavor just wasn't ready to be a dad at all. He wasn't ready to be a father. He was trying to accomplish, his selfish reasons, and he was doing that, and that is what led his kids to, I guess, where they are now. It's just that I did not expect, like, you know, it's the sins of the father is like such a huge theme for Toya, and it was more like it was too late. Once Endeavor had lit that fire, he couldn't get it under control, which was Toya, and that because now you can see the progression of where it's going, and how Toya and what happens to Toya and why we get there. God, that sucks. Like it's more. This kid suffered from some very like serious emotional abuse. It's like you had another kid to replace me, is the way he sees it. He's like, you
Literally.
didn't want me. I wasn't good enough. That's why I feel like he turns out the way that he does, and like that hurts to see, especially
Literally,
for a
bro.
kid. And all he wanted to do was make his dad proud. All he wanted to do was what his dad told him he wanted him to do, was surpass All Might. And then because he physically couldn't, his dad replaced him.
Like, kids already feel like when their parents make other kids that they're being replaced.
Mhm.
And Toya knows 1000% for a fact that he was replaced.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, NG tried to make multiple replacements.
Yep.
Like, there's some ridiculous emotional scarring, and I love that what is it, page 4 and 5, where it's all Toya and he's sitting on the couch and he's talking, right? He's talking to himself. The only person that he doesn't actually talk about like as a human being or as a family member is NG. He says NG, Todoroki, Mom, Fayumi, Natsu, and Shoto. This is what I was like talking about like chapters before. I don't think he actually has, like, at this stage, I don't think he actually has any animosity to the rest of his family. He just hates Endeavor. And it's because of all the emotional scars that were built up just because of Endeavor's selfishness.
James, I'm going to disagree with you there because of what he says in the very beginning of the chapter. I feel like he hates them all of them. He really does. Yes, he hates Endeavor the most because of what he did to him, but I feel like he hates all of them. I mean, and that's also evident with the way he lashes out at Shoto as a baby. I feel like that hatred was there then as a child, and I feel like it only grew. So I feel like he really does have this animosity towards all of them, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, it might not be as strong as he has it for Endeavor, but I think definitely it's towards all of them.
Like, they've all taken a part of it. Like, Mom,
I mean, it's not even just that they were a part of it; it's that they were all there. You know, and I feel like this child already had some problems that if he had gotten the right help, I feel like could have been, you know, settled. But like, he needed help, and there was nobody there to help him. And it's one of those things where it's like sometimes people just have some internal problems that need to be, you know, seen and, you know, talked about, and he had nobody to do that with. And so what did he do? He leaned into what he knew, and that was trying to literally be the best of the best when it comes to that Quirk. That Quirk was everything to him. He was his Quirk because that was what his father wanted him to be initially.
And, I love that you said that, because the very last panel is Ray saying, you don't get to claim you're hurting more than anyone, and you're not the only one who didn't really see him.
Exactly.
Because she feels like a failure for not seeing that her son needed help, exactly like what you said. So, yeah, man.
It's like this. I'm telling you, this whole chapter really hurt my heart. Like, straight up, because that was a kid who was crying out to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized for what he was trying to do. To like, you know, you want to make your parents proud as a kid, and for him to all of a sudden be like, oh well, you're not doing like what you're telling me. What you told me before is the same as what you're telling me now, and there's no reason why specifically, except, and then so the kid gets to draw their own conclusions, which is exactly what you don't want, and that's how we got what we got. I think, and it just sucks to see.
And to add to what James and Ray were saying, is so true, because any kids that I know, that if you're if you have more than one sibling, you just want to be accepted, and some parents are not perfect because they kind of give all the same love to all the other kids at the same time, all the different shifts of what you guys, you know, some people are older and they're just as hard. And saying that line in page 16 when he screamed, "Look at me," he just wanted that attention. He just wanted that type of recognition. It's because he saw, like James and Ray said, he made 3 other kids after Toya, so he felt like he kept getting replaced one after another. Like, wait, you're popping kids, but you're not giving the same love as before. So he felt like, what's wrong with me? Like, what did I do wrong? But what Toya don't understand is like he never did anything wrong. It's just that the more he uses Quirk, the more he will hurt himself. But like he told his dad, like, Dad, it's hard for me to actually leave this hero idea you embedded in my head. But also what he says, the kids at school say they want to be heroes. So I can't understand that because I've got you as a father who wants to be you are number 2, but you strive to be number 1. You continue driving and having ambition to be more. So how can I leave that as an ambition that you put this embedded in my head?
So there's something different that happened right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, James, because I saw you like light up first when he said that.
Yeah, because it's how I took it, and how I personally think that Horikoshi is what he's trying to tell you is that, yeah, all of these kids at school want to be heroes, but I don't have a hero example in my home, and everyone else sees you as a hero because he's the number 2 hero.
Exactly.
Everyone sees him as this amazing person. It's like, how can I aspire to be a hero when I have you as a father? You are not a hero. You cannot be the example of what a hero is.
Exactly. And that point to me is solidified when he calls him by his hero name. He doesn't call him Dad. He doesn't call him Enji. He says Endeavor. He's talking to Endeavor because he didn't have a dad. He had Endeavor pushing him to be a hero. And man, I'm telling you, this Horikoshi had the gun and just in my chest, pop, 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 pop. Like, come on, bro.
The thing is that I don't understand when people say like people are sorry, not people. Hori is trying to make what Endeavor did less bad. It's like, no, they're trying to make it more relatable with people. Like, this happens in this type of scenario in real life.
So I gotta say this. I gotta say this here.
Yeah, go ahead. Say it right now.
Abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter if it's physical or emotional. It's abuse. There's not one that's worse than the other. Abuse is abuse. We're not playing that game here, okay? Just because he's not hitting his kid doesn't mean he's not abusive. That's still abuse. This boy was mentally abused, and it sucks to see, like, especially to a kid. Like, so we ain't gonna say, oh, it's not that bad, no, he's making it not look that bad, because no. This is still very bad.
Psychologically, this is neglect.
Yep, exactly.
Like,
dude, look at page 9. Look at page 9. He is literally telling Ray that we need to make another child to replace the other failures, especially Toya, because he will never surpass the number 1. That's all he's thinking about. Look at his face.
Yep.
Look at the way Horikoshi drew him. Look at his face. That is not someone who is actively thinking, oh, maybe I should stop my kid from hurting himself simply because he could kill himself.
Yep.
It's literally just stop because I don't need you anymore, because I am making something better.
Yep. You are a failed product of what I was trying to accomplish.
He's demonizing Endeavor.
Yep. And also what it is that neglect is a big issue in kids' life when you're little, because neglect is a thing that hurts and strives more the more they're older, because when they get neglect as a kid, they rebel more when they're older, and that's what Toya is doing. He's being in the rebellious route, but more in a revenge type of style where he's taking this more out to the family now.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
It's bad. It's horrible.
Sam, yeah, speak.
I was gonna say even more that Ray's even right. Is right even more with Endeavor is not fit. Was not ready to be a father, and you can honestly tell. Like, he did not. I think this is like the past in the beginning, and he didn't really fully become a better father until after All Might's retirement. And this is what we're seeing right now, where Endeavor was really just Endeavor every day, outside and inside his own home. Even to the whole marriage quirk with Ray, like she had no choice. She had to just do it for her family. And it's right. You're right. There's no more physical abuse. He stopped training Toya because about his condition. That gave him less care. It gave Toya less understanding, where like, you're not spending any time with me. You're beginning to neglect me. You're not, even your day off, you decide to go to work instead of like taking care of your kid, like spend time with your son. And he took that like hard, especially when all this time he's been training him before he knew about the news that he can't continue using his quirk, he's like after like it's like it's like quitting cold turkey basically of going to what he was so used to training every single day to no more training, no more math, no teacher or endeavor to teach you anymore, and I'm not seeing you anymore because he probably see in his own eyes like you're a failure to him. I need someone to still surpass All Might, and you are not it. Yeah, your fires are stronger than I am, and you could probably surpass me, but you're not going to surpass All Might. And that's the most horrible pain that you can get. I guess it's like the same results of what the doctor told Deku, you can't be a hero, you're quirkless. Like
but that came from some random ass dude.
And plus a professional.
This is coming from
your own
yeah,
father.
like this is a professional, but when it comes from a father as a parent, to like, it's like me telling my parents when I was 8, 9, and 10, saying that I want to strive for the entertainment industry, and then my parents told me, no, you should get a 9 to 5 job and go be a cop, and that's what I did, and I was not happy. Look what I'm doing now. I'm hella happy, and I'm being more successful where I am now. So it just depends how, like, parents, when your parents tell you no, it's more painful when you hear from a doctor. When a doctor says, like, hey, you can be a hero, but when your dad is telling, hey, don't be a hero no more, it's the same thing of when Deku got told by his mom saying, hey, you can't be here no more.
I mean, think about it though. He had been doing all this training. His dad had like basically hyped him up, saying, "You're gonna surpass me.
Let's go, you got this.
You're gonna be better than the All Might." And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Hey, don't go do something else. Be a regular kid. This ain't for you. How are you gonna tell me this ain't for me when this is all you've told me since I was here? Like, I can't just give that up."
And when you want kids to learn something, you train them young so that it's built in their minds, because that's when they learn the most. It's like he's been built up to only have one goal in mind, to be the #1 hero.
And that's it.
And for me, like 12 and 13 is like 2 of my favorite pages, because this is what I was talking about before we started recording. Like, just these panels that don't have any dialogue on page 12. You can see the excitement on NG's face. You can see that Ray's in between. She's happy and somewhat sad at the exact same time, because she knows what this means for the rest of her kids. And then you see the absolute despair on Toya's face. Like, and then you see him in the woods training. You can see him smiling and crying at the same time. Yeah. Like his psychosis, bro. Like this is where he breaks.
That was the break. Exactly. That was the break.
It's
he
like
broke.
Yep.
And
this is all to show you how much of a monster Endeavor really was.
He really was. Like he really was. Like it's so fucked up.
And plus to add, kids have a fragile mind.
We know what he does to Shoto even after this. Makes it all the worse.
And plus, this shows that kids have a fragile mind. We have a big imagination. We jump to conclusions like we're kids, and we don't understand very much what's going on at that moment. Not all kids could process and understand what's going on. So when your dad's telling you, hey, you can't be here no more because your quirk will burn you and everything. And what was interesting in that page when he was in the hero department and everything, because they said that, I have to say, attempting to create custom children is taboo in our quirk-based society. That's also very interesting to find out, because what NG Endeavor is doing is technically illegal. What they're doing, like, to make kids.
Well, you know why? Because that's progressing the quirk singularity.
Correct.
And that's why it's taboo. Because think about how fast we would just wouldn't. And I feel like that's actually that's what they're saying.
Yeah,
the reason why he couldn't handle his quirk is because he was a forced evolution. Like his fire was hotter than his body could handle, and so that's why it ended up being like this. Like, you did that, this.
And his body is meant to withstand the opposite.
Exactly,
the opposite affinity.
How shitty of a hand like you getting dealt like that as a kid.
And I think that's another reason why it's taboo, because they're afraid of something like this happening. Like it's actually a detriment to the kids.
Because then they let's be real, he couldn't be a hero unless he had a very specific support item to help him.
Yeah, he would have to have
they would not have allowed him to go to school using a quirk that hurt him. That's why they were so upset. That's why they were so close to kicking Deku out, because they're like, you can't control this quirk. We can't let you continue.
You're right.
So it sucks all the way around for this kid. I feel so bad for him.
Like, even got the whole parent treatment where Endeavor said, like, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. I can't train you because it's for your own good of
That's
you
an
not hurting
excuse.
yourself.
Yep,
It's
that was a terrible excuse.
I think it was just an excuse so that he can make another one.
Yep.
Make another experiment. It's like, well, this one
That
has
one
failed,
failed.
and this is an excuse for me to just stop putting my energy. Oh no!
Oh no, we lost James.
James has lost connection.
Toya got him.
Oh
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, it's okay. So while we wait for James to come back, I'm gonna look at some other stuff in chat.
I was gonna.
So
I was gonna
Andrew
also
said,
say
just like with
the
Gentle
freezing
and Deku, the school setting also had the effect on Toya by giving him the impression that it was either become a hero or nothing. I mean, and I feel like that's kind of just like that's kids. Like kids are like all those kids. They all have quirks. They want to be heroes. Like I feel like the school setting itself isn't the problem. It's like that's the product of society. Like the kids all want to be heroes because they have quirks. And like society, it's you want to be a hero. That's the thing you idolize to be. That's what you can see. Oh, he's back. Okay, good. Oh, we
can't hear you though.
Join Zcaster again. Yeah. So Andrew, I feel you absolutely. But I feel like it's more a product of just the kids themselves and the society that they grew up in that pushes them to want to be heroes. It's just So I mean, when you're around other kids all day long, what do? Y'all talk about the same stuff, and y'all kids are kids and kids are dumb. I was a kid. Kids are dumb. All right. Yes. That's it. That is what it is. But man, jeez, I feel like this is the one chapter that showed you just how bad Endeavor really is / was. What a shitty person. Like
I feel like
up.
Toya being able to withstand freezing temperatures is gonna come back in like much later on with
the
Shoto versus.
I feel like that's a built-in countermeasure to where his family can't save him.
Yeah.
So that's what
built
I'm
in
curious
by
now.
Hori.
So that's what I'm curious now. How's that fight gonna be? Toya has stronger flames,
up, bro.
Yeah, no, but that's interesting. Stronger flames and built against ice resistance. But Shoto has both, but weaker flames. So I'm curious to know how's the battle gonna go against both brothers now.
I mean, that fight's gonna be great, but I feel
it's gonna be great
because Shoto can use both. He can create he can essentially create a hotter flame using both. He's like he can sustain being hotter longer. Like Toya can't do that.
Yes,
but it's like he also can't like freeze Toya now because he's immune to the cold, so he'll just continue to burn up. So the thing in the beginning that he said is like, I can't feel it anymore.
He's psychologically numbed
he's gonna burn himself up and not even feel it.
Yeah, his nerves are done.
Exactly. Like so he will literally burn up and not even know that he's burning himself up.
It kind of reminds me of how in the show Fire Force, Captain A, Vice Captain, he cannot feel his whole right arm. That kind of reminds me of the same kind of scenario.
Yeah.
So like I said, like Shoto can sustain higher temperatures longer because he's got both.
Yeah,
but then with Toya, he has nothing to lose. He's willing to kill himself to
absolutely
do what he needs to, everything he want to do.
I can definitely see Toya definitely going up in flames with a smile on his face and him just not caring.
I can't wait to see that panel because it's going to be hauntingly beautiful. Like, golly, it's going to be wild.
Because I mean,
that Cheshire grin.
Horikoshi has just been throwing in like those Joker references, and that's definitely something Joker would do. He would definitely just kill himself because it would just ruin Batman.
Exactly. And so like the one thing that I'm like, the one thing that's gonna fuck Toy up and like is really gonna like change his plan is when he sees Endeavor get up there and make that statement, and he's not as injured as he thought he was gonna be, like emotionally, because he knew that he couldn't like physically hurt him. He wanted to like emotionally break him the way that he broke him. And so when I'm sure when Endeavor gets up there and admits to his mistakes and just takes all the criticism that he deserves, I feel like he's gonna be like, what the this son of a bitch.
Like what happened?
He's gonna hate him even more.
What's going on? He's gonna hate him even more. He's gonna want to do more to make him hurt. And I'm actually really excited to see what he does as a result of that.
So question, we did not really discuss this aspect. What do you guys think of the first 2 pages that we found out of about the arranged marriage? What do you think about that?
I mean,
we already knew that.
we already tradition. Like they, but
you know,
arranged
that part,
marriages like this.
I know, but thing is, I know that we already knew this, but how did you guys see that we get the flashback of how you look and everything and talking? You know, she was like lot like Ice herself and everything. Like, how do you guys think of her in the flowers? Or like any thoughts about that first pages?
His descriptions of her.
This I feel like that was at the time like he's making he's cultural references to arranged marriages in those cultures, and
it still happens. It still happens in Japan. Yeah. So
for me, this was just this was just visually watching everything that we already knew about them.
I want to ask you guys, like with Ray like going on with this plan and the shock point of Toya, it's like when he goes like in between the half break where half his hair is white, the other half is black, and he's just seeing Natsu for the first time. Like I think he had an idea or clue that he's being replaced.
Well, I think he saw the progression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because those two were older than him, and then he comes along. He's like, "Wait a minute, there's already two of y'all. He don't ever talk to y'all. He won't let me talk with you, and now he all of a sudden wants me to go play with you because I'm not what he wanted." And then Shoto's there, and he's like, "Oh hell no, I see what you're doing." Essentially,
yep.
Like the kid was smart.
Like every time you see the mom, she didn't really have like the cold eyes, or like it seems like she was caring sometimes, but then the moment where she had to look at Toya of like what her and NG are doing, it was like a whole dead fish eyes onto his own son.
So the page I want you to look at page 9, look at her eyes. There is when she sees that he's so dead set on this, that's where she's like,
what the hell too.
Like, what are we doing?
That's where I don't get the comments where they think Horikoshi was trying to put ease on like what NG was doing.
He's not downplaying what NG did at all.
Oh, he's not downplaying at all.
Full blast.
Just
hell yeah, more blast.
NG is a monster, and she realizes what she got herself into. Like she thought she was just getting into this arranged marriage. I mean, being married to the number 2 hero secures her family. She would never have to worry about money, food, anything like that ever again. Like she's doing this for the betterment of her entire family. But if she knew that this man was a psychopath, like I highly doubt she would have done it.
Because I mean, like, so this harkens back to the last chapter where Endeavor says what he says. He's like, everything Toya said was true. I was selfless and into myself, and like I cared about nothing else more than surpassing him with the children that I was creating, essentially. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like I tell people all the time, it's like I can like Endeavor without forgiving him. I don't forgive Endeavor for what he did. There's no way I forgive him for what he did. I like the idea and the character of Endeavor, and I like his progression, but I will never forgive that character for what he did.
Never.
Holy shit.
It's kind of like the saying it's kind of like the saying is that some people do. You can forgive, but you can't forget. Stuff like absolutely. That. So it's 100% true. Like, for example, some of his sons and daughter could forgive him, like she has done for Endeavor, but they have not forgotten. That's why Natsu cannot do both. He cannot forgive or forget, but his daughter has forgiven him, but she has not forgotten it.
I don't think they don't have to.
We lost James again.
Okay,
it's been bad everywhere, so I can understand. But no, they don't have to forgive him, and I don't blame them if they don't.
I feel like page 12 literally gave us all the mindsets of everybody in the character. And NG saying like, I did it. I finally have a real successor that can beat All Might. Ray is like, my son does not have to keep training anymore. It's over. I can finally protect he can stay out of trouble.
And then in Toya's perspective, it was too late. It was too late.
Like,
I'm so sorry.
I think
it's not your fault, man.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah,
internet is out of your control, man. Trust me. If we could all control if our internet ever went down or not, trust me, we would never have internet that went down.
That's true, and also Chad will probably enjoy this whole comedy going on with you, so you're good here. But it's just definitely insane that like what's going like that panel. It's just Shoto's face in page 17. Shoto's face is just a baby, but his eyes is like, oh shit, I'm about to get smacked by my older brother. It's just that whole face of him in page 17. It's just like, so you're just coming in with that like whole about like the whole uppercut, like I'm about to smack the living crap out of you, and I just got born.
I don't think that's what that was, bro. He was trying to kill that baby.
I know.
Way more serious.
Oh, I know.
That's way more serious.
I know because, and like he came in that quick and everything. I hope we get more of this because I want to know like what is it that the whole family thought you died? Like, I want to know, like, how did we get there where the whole family thought?
I'm pretty sure we get the forest scene very soon.
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking, and I'm probably wrong, but this moment when Toya breaks in the woods, I think this is where he burns up.
You think
this is where he burns the forest.
You think so?
Do you think that took place like in like the summer or something?
I think that's so. This was in
It was
winter. I feel
winter.
like the summer
Yeah.
is when he burned
That makes
up. I
sense.
thought.
That makes sense.
Because that looks winter because it has snow and everything, and he was burning.
I know this is winter, but I mean,
But I
he
feel like
still
that's what he
has,
goes
like-
back to. Yes, and that's what happens.
Yeah, probably could lead to so.
Yeah.
Probably within the next 2 months, we're gonna lead into summer. So hopefully, next
And-
chapter is part
And so
2.
and so what I remember when I said that Endeavor was jealous of Toya's flames. So that's as we can see now that was wrong. But Endeavor purposefully leaves him. I think he sees
But
what's
thing is-
happening because then he doesn't have to deal with it anymore.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucked.
It's very fucked up. That's how I see that. He
But-
gets there and he decides not to save him, and that's the shittiest part.
Because it would be easier that way. It would
Exact-
be
and
easier than
exactly right.
dealing with a problem child.
That's my guess.
When
That's
focus on Shoto.
because I'm like, we all know it's like he could have saved him if he wanted to. He decided not to, and that
But
sucks.
could
And
we
that's my
agree-
theory.
And then he grows to regret it.
Exactly.
But thing
Oh my
is,
god.
but thing is,
He had every
so-
opportunity to save his son in multiple ways, and he didn't.
So Endeavor did care for his kids, but in a different, not fatherly way. Like not in a fatherly way. He cared for him in his own
Did he,
ambitious
though?
and pride way.
No, that's not caring for anybody.
So, but
He
thing is,
cared about his.
in more
he cared about
in
his
selfishness. Yeah, his selfishness, ambition.
So that's not
for
caring.
his kid. So
That's not caring.
So do you think he loved? Did he have any love for any of his kids?
Yeah, he had some love for them, but
But
it
not
didn't
really
come until after
cared.
the fact.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most parents, like I can't say most, but I feel like some parents absolutely do have some love for their children. It's just that he cared more about what he wanted to accomplish with them more than he cared about them. Period.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
because
was
I mean-
more he was more hungry for success. He was more hungry for to beat that.
Remember, they didn't
Number
have
one
kids just to
place,
have
All Might.
kids. He was
Exactly.
having kids to beat All Might.
Exactly. I was just about to say, like, the only reason why they exist is
Mhm.
to make something greater than All Might. Oh, you can't do that? Go away.
Yep.
Make
I
another
don't care
one.
about you. Yep. And so yeah, he didn't care about them. Yeah, he might have loved them, but he didn't care about them.
So, Ray, like, I do think that you're right. I do think that Toya does have hatred towards all the kids, but there's just a part in my heart that I just want to believe that he did have hatred towards them in his younger years, but then growing up, he realizes that it wasn't their fault at all, and it's really all NG's fault. That's what I want to believe. Like, he hated them in the beginning, but growing older, he realizes that they're all just as much victims as he is, and he can't hate them for being created. Like, it's all NG's fault, now that he's an adult. Like, that's what I want to believe.
I would
But
like
more
to
than
believe.
likely-
I would like to believe that too, and I feel like when we get that final confrontation, that's something to that will be said like that. It's like, I didn't really hate you. I just because basically he'll be like, we are all the same essentially. Like we are the same, except you were the one you were the success. Essentially is what he'll say. And it's like, and I hate you because of that. Is I feel like what it'll be. He threw
Yeah.
me to the side because you exist.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what it'll be. And I hope not. I would love for him to kind of have that really like that conversation out loud too. But I don't know. I feel like it's just too far gone.
Yeah, man,
honestly.
we'll see.
Yeah. God, this is so good.
I
Yeah.
really hate Endeavor's excuse of saying, "Tori, you have to look beyond all this."
Yeah.
like
It was like, no, you just ignore all that, man. Just be a kid. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, how dare you? Like
dare
when he said that you're the one to put this in my head, you put this ambition of goal that you want me to surpass, and you tell me to let it go now. Like I'm not from Frozen. I can't just let it go out here. I can't do that. It's not that
I
easy.
hate
No.
that you just did that.
and I was gonna say it never lit dynamite, and then you want to try to like stop it from blowing up.
Yep,
And
that's
now you
literally what he did. Yeah, he lit a
and, like,
fuse and
you
tried to
think
stuff it
you
out.
can stop it
Too late.
right now from this. No, it's too late.
And the
I'm
other
wondering if
thing is, Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna talk about like wonder what the mom. I know like the mom didn't have a really choice, and she was actually taking care of the kids as well. But like we never once seen her use her ice quirk at all, and And I'm wondering, like, if next
I
chapter.
mean, he doesn't need her for that.
Right.
No, of course. But then, like, what if she had to use it to protect Shoto? in that
Maybe.
moment?
I don't know. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
would like to see.
We might find out next
I
chapter.
feel like we have to understand that everybody who has a quirk doesn't necessarily have to use it.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Like
yeah.
Deku's mom, she has a quirk, but do you ever see her use it? No.
Nope. Yeah.
Like some people just want to be people.
Yeah, like it's like in the comments that when you're in like when you have a quirk and not everyone that needs to be a hero. Some people could use those quirks and be a construction worker. Some people go be a cop and everything. And not everyone has to use the quirk. Not everyone wants to be a hero.
If you have like a decent quirk, you ain't going to be no cop. You gonna try and be a hero because that's all where all the money and fame is. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
So why would you just go be a cop? But no, man. This chapter, I'm telling you, this chapter legitimately hurt my heart.
At least somebody like my Frozen reference. Thank you, Mercenary. I appreciate that.
They said nice. That don't mean I liked it.
yeah.
Still,
I'm kind of hoping that not a lot of people is gonna complain. How come the mom didn't do much anything to like talk with Toya and all that stuff like that?
because
But
she
no.
was literally just surviving.
Yep. Yeah, she's surviving, and technically, Endeavor should have been the main person and probably.
And I mean, let's be
maybe the
real. She
only
also
one
didn't. She
to
also
talk him
probably
out
didn't
of
want
it.
these kids at first either.
Yeah.
I mean, she knew why she was getting married, though.
Yeah.
You know, in those arranged marriages, like I'm sure it came up that he wanted to
That's
make
what.
children.
Well, I
Have-
don't know. Like
to keep
I'm sure,
like keep
but
the
it's like,
Himura family in line, you know.
but then
like,
she
I'm
started
sure
to
he didn't
see the way that he was treating them, and it only got worse and worse. And it's like, well, shit, this
And-
dude's a monster, and what can
And
I
that's
do?
why,
I'm sure
that's
she
why I
was
like that she
scared of him
recognizes
too.
her mistake. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, because like I mean, like what was the page I told you was what, page 9? Or yeah, when she like you can see the look on her face when she's looking at him when she realizes how like determined he is. It's like, no, this is scary, and it's like, yeah, nope, that ain't good.
Okay,
And
so
it kind of makes her saying like, "You're not the only one that hurting the most right now. It's actually technically her."
Well, I'm glad
Like,
I'm glad she told him to shut the hell up. She's like, you of all people ain't got no room to talk about being hurt, bro.
yeah, you have no room to talk about
Like,
abuse.
Look at what
or
you did to
mental
all of
anguish.
us.
And plus,
all of
and
us.
she also feels responsible because she probably feels like she wasn't a good mother. Like as much that she probably, like you guys said, she probably could have not want all these
Survive,
kids, but
drive.
she was surviving. But also she was in this arranged marriage, so she has no choice in everything. But at the end, she said, "You're not the only one who didn't really see him." So she did the best she could as a mother. But she had 4 kids, and for you to split all your attention to 4 kids is not possible.
I'm not even gonna say that. It's just that she says it right there. You're not the only one who didn't see him. You're not the only one who was a parent, like who parented him. She knows that she failed that kid too. They failed that child, and she realizes that. You know, and then like, and we saw what happened to her in Shoto. She absolutely had been pushed to a breaking point, and that is why she ended up in the hospital. You know, so it's like all of this was bad. Like there's nobody who is like oh, you weren't that bad, like except for the kids.
yeah,
All these kids, the kids were the innocent ones in all this.
Mhm.
And I'm sure Ray was at some point too, but then she became complicit because she had no choice.
Yeah, this is also technically the start of how her trauma came in first, not just
Oh,
with Toya,
absolutely.
but this is also her as well.
Endeavor traumatized all of them.
All of them.
Like, I might be reading into it, but I need more of like this conversation.
God dang it!
James again.
It's
All right,
every
wow.
time he starts to make a good point.
Oh,
While he comes back, I'm gonna ask the 2 questions that I saw in the chat. Our boy Pedro, he's right now at work, so he cannot be here on the full stream. But he gave 2 questions. He said, "Work guys won't be able to catch this, but good chapter. Toya crazy and neglected poor boy, and I love seeing descendants into madness." Oh, sorry. So, oh, that's his feedback. His comment was, "Just quick review for me. Good chapter. I like seeing the different point of view. Implanagellans is a serious thing and plus can affect people in a lot of different ways. Most in life in a child." So it's very agree. We did speak about that and plus commented on how it is because that really does affect in a child's life a lot.
mic check for you, James, so you can get back to you. Right?
Yes, am I
Oh,
back
there you
now?
go.
Cool.
Yep.
Yes,
Back.
you good. All right, so
Anyways.
go to comment.
Like I was saying, like I need more of that conversation from page 9 because it's like she obviously knows in that moment creating another child is only going to hurt this child's future because he's only going to be used as a weapon for this psychopath. So it's like, why does she go through with it? Does NG threaten her in some way? Does he threaten divorce? Like, I don't think NG would force himself on her, but I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know.
like,
Yeah.
why does she go through with it? You know what I mean? And to this point where she is now, I'm sure she's thought about all of that stuff, and she is trying to get NG to be as brave as she is. Just pull up your boots, dude. We've made a bunch of mistakes. Stop crying about it, because there's nothing we can do right now. And all we can do is move forward, fix this issue that we have with our kids, and try to save Toya in some way. So stop crying like a little bitch, and let's get this work done.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, all right, yeah, you're sad. We've been sad forever.
Exactly.
Get over it. We have shit to do now.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's like I'm and like the first page. Ray, you're here. That means you're okay. No, I'm not okay. But we got shit to do. Like save our son. Which we didn't think that we could do the first time. So, like strongest character in this chapter, Ray has been since she showed up.
I also love just watching NG watching the TV, because he's obviously the type of person constantly watching newsreels, obsessing about All Might. Like, so you see the further obsession that he has with All Might. It's like, I have to beat him. I have to just keep making kids until I beat him. It's like, it's pathetic.
Yep, it really was, and I think he knows that, and that's why he was always number 2. Damn it!
Oh,
lost it again.
Wow.
But definitely, this is the part 1 of the story. We're gonna get even more of it next chapter, and the results of how Toya faked his death, or more like even more of his.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm really curious to see what actually happens. To be completely honest with you, like what happened that day where Toya died? What happened? Because they have for this entire time have been like, no, he died. He's dead.
Like, or were they hiding something else? Like, if James was right, where it never wanted, like, didn't want to go save, or
we'll find out. I'm really curious to see what they do. Like, legitimately, I'm really curious to see how that plays out. And I'm also wondering, I'm like, is this when Horikoshi like, haha, you'll get that later, and then we go to something else? Who knows?
Because we're seeing some really bad dads in the My Hero Academia series.
Yeah,
like, not gonna lie, like Shigaraki's father now, NG. And then you see all the breakdown of every kid in its emotional story. Oh my god! I think in My Hero Academia, there's almost like there's not a father figure you can really see into the story, except for maybe like All Might.
Bakugo's dad is cool.
I was just about thinking like the Bakugo's dad is the
you
only
mean
cool one.
Bakugo's mom is cool? Yeah.
Oh no! joke killed James.
At least he gave the joke and learned. All right, cool. I put my zinger. I'm out.
Oh man, Ray and that killer joke.
But Sam got a point though. Like, My Hero doesn't have a lot of great dads.
I mean, look, that's real life. A lot of people have good dads.
That is true. Damn.
It's very relatable. You know what I'm saying?
It's just teen moms out here. You know, teen moms. You know, is what is what they've been showing. Like,
Horikoshi has been doing I feel still to this point, like incredible storytelling. I think.
But I'm wondering if he has to experience some of this.
So that
bringing out the story.
That is what I was gonna ask. What Ray brought up early behind the scenes is that where is he getting these type of references and story of the characters? Is it because of what it is to be a hero? Is about NG and the family? Does he get this from his own experience, his family, his friends? Does he know about it, or is he thinking of it all from his head? Like, I find this very fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just for him to be writing this well, it seems almost personal.
Yep,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like having like the whole entire story is your dad was a hero. He did so much good, but doesn't mean he was a good family man.
No, not at all.
All of them. I was like,
not at all. So I mean, it's showing the ugly underbelly of hero society. Like, like this is an underbelly of hero society. He's really showing us that, and as we can see, it's terrible, straight terrible. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope we get James here so we can wrap up.
Yes. Before he comes back, there's a question. Wonder what is next? Because judging by the flashback from tournament arc from season 2, all the Todoroki kids were seen playing soccer together while 5-year-old Shoto was being dragged by NG to go train. And the mercenary actions now. Ironic, but the chapter was about fire and it's cold as ice outside.
Say that again.
I'm sorry. No, like I know that's not from the battery. That's what it said. Ironic that the chapter was about fire and it's ice and it's cold as ice outside. I guess like it's trying to say is like,
or like fire at home,
Todoroki.
like a lot of problems, like trying to live by fire and it's outside because he's half cold, or because he could be resentful to cold. I assume that's what mercenary is trying to say.
I'm trying to go back to the title that says the wrong way to put out a fire. Yeah, this is definitely not a right way to put out a fire.
Back to Andrew's comment. Yeah, so I wonder what the next one is, because from the flashback from the tournament arc season 2, all the Todoroki kids that were seen, was it all of them? I guess I don't remember. I don't remember if it was all of them or not.
I know it was one person, but their face or body, it was like a silhouette. So we didn't know who it was or how they look. But we did see Natsu plus for Yumi. Yeah, I hope somebody on Twitter, anybody on YouTube, does like every chapter of the Shoto family. They just have them in panels together so we could see it in coherent. Because that'd be very appreciated to know, because so many things have been shown in the past 301 chapters. So I really hope like somebody has like what each chapter has, each type of character or story, string. That'd be very useful to kind of go back to.
I mean, I would love to see it. I want to see how we got to where, like, I want to see all the little pieces that we are, like, seeing them all together will tell the full story. We've been getting bits and pieces for years now. So
I want to bring up the chapter 14 and 50 page when Toya says the kids at school all said that they want to be heroes, but I can't understand that. Because I got you as a father. I guess he didn't really want to be the hero. He just wanted to surpass All Might.
Well, no, so what James said, he has no actual role model, no figure that he can actually take after, because what Endeavor is doing isn't hero-like to him at home. That's the problem. So he can't relate to those kids because his dad's Endeavor. And then to him, Endeavor isn't a hero. Like, in his eyes, All Might is the hero, and that's who he's trying to surpass, not Endeavor,
Oh wow, yeah, this was a heavy chapter, like in total, and like next.
Oh,
chapter,
absolutely.
The next chapter might actually be like heavier, maybe even
potentially.
Worse.
I'm worried as to what's about to happen next, but storytelling's been on point.
Yes, it has. It really has been on point.
If you ask me, and I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm never saying that this stuff is perfect, but I will say that this story, for what it is very, very, very good.
It's literally portraying the ugly side of the family and drama, what hero society has done.
But what I love that is that it shows that what we see on TV, movies, and everything, I love of what horror is doing is different. Shows family drama, because we don't see a lot of that in manga series or comics. Like comics, we do see that a lot, but in manga itself, that's shonen, very specific. We don't see the actual gray area of family. Like we see a couple of family dramas in shonen, but to see in a shonen,
I would even go as far as say that we don't even really see this in comics all that often, like this much in depth about family history. You learn about an abusive parent, and that's usually about it.
Very true.
Were abusive,
like why they were abusive, like what was the ambition that got him there, like what was the hunger, like what is that drove them there, what was the drive. And this is very helpful because it showed that,
I mean, not even that it's not, I wouldn't say it's helpful, it's just that it's to see the full character is like, wow. It's hard to see it. It sucks to see, but like I'm glad that he's showing it, so that way he's really trying to bring a more humanized perspective to both of these characters. Which I like. Remember I said before, I could never see myself like seeing Toya and like being like able to understand why he is what he is and what he's doing. Well, now I do, and it's like, ouch. It really hurts. Like it sucks so much to like watch this kid literally fall apart because he realized that his dad did not care about him as a person.
Yeah, it sucked, and at the end, I hope we get more of this information because it's very useful, and not useful in a way, but useful to understand the characters more, to understand the layers and in depth, to know where they're coming from, and to know how they got where they are now, and to understand their past, to know where are they gonna head to the future.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, I mean, yes, this was a good chapter, but this chapter sucked, bro. This one hurt my feelings.
I mean, I gotta say, like, Horikoshi knows how to write backstories, like
He does.
painful backstory in less time too.
And
Because usually with Oda and One Piece, he takes his time, make a lot of chapters with an entire backstory. But for Horikoshi, a good maybe 3 or 4 chapters of everything to tell you the entire point and how bad it is and how like you get the message and all of it and psychologically craziness from all that stuff. And I actually really I love this. It's so much really well done and storytelling for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're gonna get James back, bro.
Guess
Oh,
what?
I got him. He's ready to say goodbye.
I'm back.
Oh,
He's
that's
back
right.
for the fifth. You know, it's the 5th time's a try, and that's what matters.
That's all that matters. But James, any final thoughts, BD?
I absolutely love this chapter. I think this is one of Horikoshi's best like written and visual chapters in terms of just like character storytelling. Like I told you guys before, I read it like 4 times. I read it again while you guys did live reaction, and I can't wait to see where the rest of this goes with the Todoroki family. Like I feel like there's so much more that we need to know. There's so much interactions that we need to have like with Toya and everything. So yeah, man, just give me more of the Todoroki family. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yes. Up with the Todorokis. I'm about it, I guess. So I saw it online once and I was like, I hate that joke, but I'm like, actually, it makes sense now.
It does.
God dang it. It's all drama. It's all drama.
That's why we used our same thumbnail, keeping up with the Todorokis.
I hate it.
It's true.
But it's so true.
We're here in episode 2 of trying to keep up with Todoroki. That's what we're here for the Kim Kardashian live TV of the reality TV for it.
Ugh. But no, like I said, this chapter was great, but like I was saying before James came back, this chapter sucked. Hurt my feelings.
But good though.
It's very good, but golly, come on, Hori.
I didn't want to spend Valentine's Day with a heartbroken
Right?
like this.
Yeah.
Literally breaking hearts on Valentine's Day. Hori is like, now you shall know pain.
Mhm. You know what he was doing.
He did.
All right, so I guess we're all good then.
Yeah, we good, man.
Yeah,
All right, guys. So
Yeah.
let us know how you guys had your heart broken. Let us know in the comment section. Let me know. And you know, be like others. Don't be like Toya. Just let it go as well, because you wanna be letting stuff go. Let the drama go. Be better.
It
about
wasn't his
Don't do
fault
this again.
it wasn't his fault for that.
Like, comment, subscribe, press the button for you until we upload the videos. Other than that, see you on Attack on Titan, Jobless, and other videos we'll be having out this week. Other than that, take care.
Peace.
Let it go.